Hey everyone, welcome back to the Building Your First Lens tutorial series. If you're watching this video, that means you chose the custom scripting option on the world camera. If that's not what you chose, then you should go back a video. So let's jump into our project and get started. In order to do some custom scripting, we're going to need to create a JavaScript file in the asset browser. So let's click the plus icon, then search JavaScript and add one. I'm going to call this script Elephant Controller and then drag it in the scene hierarchy, which will allow it to act on different objects in the scene. If we double click the Elephant Controller, it'll open up the script editor where we can create our interaction logic. To start, let's look closer at the elephant object to see what we could control. When we click on it, we'll see there's a component called the animation player in the inspector. It has autoplay turned on, and if we turn it off, the elephant freezes. Maybe we can control how the elephant animates ourselves. The first thing we need to do in the script is make sure we can reference this animation player component. So we'll need to use an input command that will let us essentially add the elephant to our script. At the top, we'll type // and then the @ symbol, then input. This command will tell Lens Studio that the next thing I type will be an object or component or asset that I'm adding to the script. I need to first specify what type of object this will be, so I'll start typing animation player, and as I do, you can see that it starts to autocomplete for me. This is a really helpful time-saving feature, so I'm going to hit enter to autocomplete. Next, we'll hit space, and then we need to create a name for this so I can reference it in the script. I'm going to call it Elephant Animation. Notice how the A is capitalized on animation and it's one word. You'll need to make sure you're typing your name exactly the same when you reference it, otherwise the script won't recognize it. Okay, so we've added the input to the script, and now we can make our first save. To do this, you need to make sure you have the script editor selected. Usually you can tell if the typing bar is flashing, waiting for you to type something. Then you'll need to hit Ctrl or Command S. You'll know the script is saved because there's a little circle at the top tab that turns into an X. Once you make another edit to the script, the circle will show up again, indicating that there are unsaved changes. Now that the script is saved, if we click on the Elephant Controller script object in the scene hierarchy, you'll notice our elephant animation input is ready. Let's add the elephant to it and start modifying it. Going back to the elephant, we'll see that there's two clips, an idle and one called tap to jump. I want to play these animations at different times, but I don't remember the exact command, so I'll need to look it up in the Lens Studio documentation. I'll link the page, but the easiest way is to go to developers.snap.com/API, and then in the search bar, I will search Animation Player and find it listed in the components. Now we can explore all the different methods and properties that we can use. If we scroll down, we'll see a method called playClipAt, which takes in two parameters, the name of the animation clip and the time to start the clip. This is exactly what we want, so let's go back into our script and try playing the idle clip. To reference the elephant's animation player component, we'll need to type script.elephantanimation, then the method we just found, so .playClipAt with the parentheses. Then inside the parentheses, we'll type the name of the clip, which is idle, but we have to put it in quotations so that it'll be recognized as a string variable. Finally, we'll just put a 0 because we want it to start at the beginning of the clip. When we save our script, the elephant will start its idle animation. Pretty cool. But we still want to activate the jump animation sometimes. How about whenever someone taps the screen? To do this, we'll need to create a tap event in our script. Lens Studio scripting is primarily event-driven, which means we'll have things happening based on certain triggers, like someone tapping the screen, opening their mouth, and lots of other stuff. Let's go back to the Lens Studio documentation page and search for the tap event. Alright, and there it is in the events. Let's click on it and scroll down to explore. Here, there's some example code that is provided so that we can just copy and paste it right into our script. I'll just copy it and then start a new line in the script and paste. There's some test code inside this onTapped function that we don't need, so I'll delete it. Here we can play our other clips, so let's just do the same command. I can actually just copy this one and paste it inside the onTapped function. Now I need to change the parameters to match the tap to jump clip. I'll just match the name tap to jump, making sure everything is typed exactly the same, and then I'll need to find out what time the clip starts, so I'll change the clip range type to seconds. Then, in the clip where it says begin, you see that it starts at 1. so I'll change the time from a 0 to a 1 and then save the script. Now let's test it out in the preview panel by tapping on the screen. And there we go. Every time we tap, the elephant jumps. One thing I'm noticing is that the elephant keeps jumping over and over and over again when we tap. We can easily change this by going to the playback mode of that clip and changing it to single. And now it'll only jump once. That's a pretty fun little interaction that only took 11 lines of code. Not bad. Let's make sure to save our work so that we can go back and update it later if we want. Now we're ready to publish our lens, which we will go over in the final video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.